Hear our voices, we entreat. God defend our free land. God Pacific's triple star, from the shores of strife and war, make her praises heard afar. God defend New Zealand.
That's beautiful.
Hey, what's up New Zealand and the world? Lucas Lawman's Kiwi Voice down at Latimer Square for the Freedman Rights Coalition Healthcare First Responders March, acknowledging the crises in these sectors as well as the ongoing mandates for the health sector. So, you know, compared to the last couple of times, it's as big or better. No doubt about it. 200 or 300 people, good vibes as per usual. So we'll go and get amongst it. See what's going on. We've got the chants going on behind us now already, which is good. They're working on the nurses chant. We'll head over to the corner over on the top end of Latimer, as it has been the last couple, and get a good view of the crowd coming through for you. So let's go and check it out.
Our firefighters, and I actually put the call out there if there's any nurses or firefighters here at the moment. Hey Lucas, if there's any firefighters or first responders here, if you could make your way to the front before we leave, we would love you guys to actually be the front runners that you already are, but be the front runners in our march and help us hold our banner up as we make our way on our hikoi. So, when I say nurses, who say back? Nurses. Nurses. When I say nurses, who say back? Nurses. Let's give our nurses.
So the march has gathered together and is coming along this top corner. Obviously the usual bikes to lead. Derek at the front with the flag, New Zealand flag, looking determined. And we've asked for the nurses, etc., to be up the front. Big smiles, end all mandates. Now give nurses their jobs back. Till we wake up, we will fight for you. Choose freedom over fear. I love that one. Live by that one, team. Choose freedom over fear. Until you wake up, we will fight for you. Decent crowd, people. Decent crowd. Support our healthcare workers. End all mandates now. Here comes our favourite protester in full voice. Doggy!
Well, I'm actually gonna.
Plenty of the four-legged variety today. We've definitely got the numbers up on the dog front. Good stuff, people. End the pandemic. Coming past me here. And that's our crowd. Let's go get amongst it.
When I say nurses, you say jobs back. Nurses.
Howdy people, good work, eh? What's up team, good to see you. Absolutely. Hi. What a beautiful day for it. Tent economies ruin lives is the absolute truth. We've got an alarm going off behind us as people get into the goods entrance of their business. That alarm's quite annoying. And there's all we get there, and then we've got a little crowd at the back. A little bit fragmented, but getting there. It's like a second wave. Carl, how you going, sir? Yeah, good, man.
Officially,
Oh yeah, you're onto it.
Officially on the race now for Mayor and
Legend.
Council. So if you're interested, not to have a bit of answer, Tom, but
Absolutely, we should.
Coverage we can get, mate.
Yeah, no, we will. We will.
Appreciate it, man.
Awesome. We'll get in touch. Yep. Second wave. Beautiful. Well done, team. Well done. Bringing up the rear. Beautiful.
Because of our Fijian sister, Lisa Waka Tane. No. I think that's how you say it. Sorry, I'm not Fijian, but just respect to the family. So we're going to have a minute's silence. Also along the way, and we've done so many protest stands, marches. I think this is about 26 or something like that. And you guys are amazing. And each time we've stood for different things and come together. But also along the way, we've actually lost some freedom fighters. And a couple of weeks ago, we buried one of our brothers who was on the rides with us every protest and every march. So his name was Hoita Toa. And we buried him a couple of weeks ago. And he did this every week. He rode his bike, and I got his wife here next to me, and she rode the bike today. And also a good friend, good friend of ours. She lost her battle to cancer on Thursday, and she would have loved nothing than to be better than to be here with us. And her husband's here with us, and he's riding his bike today. And I know there has been others along the way that we've lost, but all of them stood for freedom. And I believe they died free. So I just want to, if that's okay, just a minute's silence, and then we'll sing our national anthem. Thank you. Hey, today is about our nurses and our doctors and our first responders and all the rest of it. I don't, to be honest, I don't really want to talk much. So I've asked around, and a couple of brave ones, and I understand those who can't and all the rest of it, but I've asked a couple of brave nurses to come up and say maybe a few words on behalf of all of them.
I've got Fiona here first, and she's going to have a bit of a squeal. Here we go.
This was not planned for me to speak whatsoever. A friend said to me the other day, "Oh, Fee, have you got your job back?" No, I don't have it back. 10 years I've worked as a registered nurse, and when I first started studying we talked about informed consent. How can I make an informed decision when I do not know the long-term effects of this vaccination? Ten years I've given to the DHB to be told that I'm not valued as a registered nurse anymore. It's not good enough. It's really not good enough. And there are so many nurses that I know that cannot speak for fear of losing their jobs. They don't want a fourth shot. What's the option? The mandates end, or you go and line up for your fourth vaccination. Is that an effective vaccination? No, it's not. Is it? No. I don't know what else to say other than I'm so disappointed. Last night I watched a little episode on The Project, which I do not normally endorse or watch. And there was a man speaking. He was from the Nurses Society. He said, I don't want unvaccinated nurses back at work. I thought, how disgusting. We're in a health crisis that Andrew Little will refuse to accept, and yet you've got hundreds of nurses and health practitioners willing to come back to work with years and years of experience, and yet you do nothing. When is Jacinda going to wake up? Jacinda, I'd like my job back. There is a mental health crisis. I have worked over 10 years in mental health, and yet I cannot do what I love because of your stupid mandates. A mandate that I didn't agree to. I made the choice, yes, not to be vaccinated. I've had COVID, I have natural immunity. Does that count for nothing now? You will let a vaccinated, positive testing nurse go and work with your so-called vulnerable population, and yet you will not let me work even though I have natural immunity and years of experience. What does that tell you about our government? They are flippin' stupid. That's what it tells you. I'm still proud to be a nurse. I want to return to nursing. I love nursing, but this is not the reason why I became a nurse. To be telling people that you must choose between a medical experiment and your job. That's not okay, and that is not why I became a nurse. I became a nurse, I'll tell you why, to sit with people in their most vulnerable moments, to help people through pain. And I want to return to that, and I'm hopeful that if we keep pushing, if we keep standing up, please do not forget about health practitioners. You may think that these mandates are over for the rest of everyone else, but they're not for us. We are still waiting, okay? And the more you come to these talks, the better. The more you come and support us, the more likely the government is to hear us. So please don't forget about us. I stand here with my husband and my 3 children, all my nephews, my nieces, my brother-in-law, who is a fantastic nurse as well, that's worked in mental health alongside me. We studied together. I'm so glad to know him. But please don't forget about us, and please come, and my mum. I can't forget, not to mention my mum, who is also a nurse. She chose to be vaccinated. She chose to keep her job, but I'll tell you what, she's not getting a fourth, okay? She is not getting a fourth. If you have to have 4 of something, is it really effective? No. So thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it, and thank you for coming and showing your support for all these amazing health workers. We really deserve it, and we hope that we can be back practicing and doing what we love soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Fiona. Thank you to Fiona's mum, another nurse. And thank you to all those nurses out there. My name's Don Cross, and I've been doing nursing specialist for 2.5 decades. I was probably the first Māori boy that come in through the schools back then. And I loved my job, what I was doing. I've worked in mental health, I've worked in corrections, I've worked in the hospitals and in community, looking after everybody. And I did that not because of the money, I did that because I loved and had a passion to do it. And that's what nurses are all about. They go home, the next morning they go back to work and they do the same thing. They care, they love, they hug, they're presencing with people, and they feel all the others' hurts. And that's the same with me. So thank you all for coming today, and to all the nurses and to the emergency services that I've worked really tight with over the years. Thank you very much, and let's keep going. Don't stand down, stand up.
Awesome, brother. Thank you. Thank you to the ladies who come up here. I spoke to another lady at the park. Ah, here she is. Cool. She's got to be within my eye gate because I'm walking around it. Thank you.
Thanks. Hi, my name's Raywin and I'm from Ashburton. I don't like doing this sort of stuff, but I was asked to do it. I don't feel like my story's too much different than most people that are supporting this. I was mandated out of my job, a theatre nurse for nearly 25 years. Loved my job as well, as everybody else did. Mandated out, but not only was I mandated out of my job, at the same time the mandates came out, I was discriminated against within a very small community that I live in. Nobody wanted to have anything to do with the unjabbed there, and there was only like 4 of us in that community. So that was a double hit. So I decided to head off to Wellington. I did the Wellington from day one to the end, which I'm still affected by that. I'm still struggling to get through that. So consequently, I fully support all of these marches. I've protested in Picton, over in Takaka, up in Rangiora here. I've done a couple here. I went down to Timaru when there was one down there. I have the freedom to do it because I don't have a bleeding job to go to, so I sit around doing nothing all day. So when I can, I go to these protests because we need numbers on the ground, people supporting, showing that there's support out there by the mega numbers. I can't understand why they're still saying we can't go back to work when all the hospitals are so short of staff at the moment, and it's not only because they've lost staff through mandates, it's also because all their fully vaccinated staff are off sick. So how does that make sense that we can't go back to work? Unjabbed, I've also had COVID. It was just like a bad cold. I've also now got natural immunity. So why can't we go back and work when all the jabbed nurses are all falling down with COVID, which is causing the massive job shortage on top of the mandating. So that's where it makes no sense. And as it Fee said, I still run into people that say to me, but what's your problem? You can go back to work. And I'll go like, no, you don't understand. There's so many people out there that think all the mandates have been dropped and we can all have our jobs back. No, they are not. And people out there need to wake up and know that the healthcare workers still have to be jabbed. And that was about all I can say.
Thank you. That's awesome. It takes courage to step up here. So again, thank you to our nurses who stepped up here and said a few words. I just want to say to every single person down there and around here that's drinking your coffee and eating your burger, I guarantee you at some stage in your life you needed a nurse, you needed a doctor. When are you going to stand up for the rights of our nurses, our doctors, our first responders, and realise, and I hope this is not the case, but let's be real, there's going to come a time when you need them. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a nurse. The very few times I've been in hospital, not just the care, but the loving care that has come from our doctors and our nurses has been awesome for me personally, but especially for my family. and our dear friend we lost the other day to cancer, the care and the love that she had from nurses was something else. And to keep these nurses and these doctors and the first responders away from their jobs are roads at the morals and the love and the passion and the care that our country is founded on. So the big three is coming up. This is hot off the press. The big three is coming up. The first one is going to be in Auckland, Saturday the 6th. It's going to be a nationwide thing. Then in Christchurch on Saturday the 13th of August. And then in Wellington on the following Tuesday. So it's an accumulation and it's a momentum that's building up, starting with Auckland, then Christchurch, and then we're going to converge on Wellington. Saturday the 13th, and please share, please get it around, please all the little groups, please be VFF, Voices for Freedom, please step out behind the keyboard. I know a lot of you are here today. Please come out, right? Well, Saturday the 13th, 11 o'clock, we're going to meet here. Saturday the 13th, 11 o'clock, we're going to meet here. We're going to meet.
So team, back at Latimer Square, you'll see probably the second half of what's coming through behind us. Definitely larger than last time, but still hundreds. But it was a really good march. Vibes were positive. There was a lot of public's interaction at the speeches at the Bridge of Remembrance. Definitely a lot more people heard the message. It was focused. It was great. It was definitely one of the better ones that we've been to. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage of it. Get amongst the comments down below, team. You know how we roll on Kiwi Voice. We try and keep things as open as possible. Share these links around, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe. But for now, team, stay safe, stay free. We'll see you again real soon.